In the heart of lush, green jungles, under the bright rays of the sun and against the backdrop of the blue sky, a cheerful baby elephant named Bimbo lived. He was a calf full of energy and curiosity, always ready for adventures. One day, when Bimbo was playing near a watering hole with his mother and the herd of elephants, he suddenly saw a beautiful butterfly that he started chasing. But after a while, he found himself amidst trees with no elephants around. "Mama," Bimbo cried, but his voice was lost among the trees, and only the echo answered him. His heart pounded in sad beats, and he could feel fear slowly crawling over his skin. He approached a group of monkeys who were throwing bananas and shouting so loudly that the echo of their screams spread throughout the jungles. "Have you seen my mom?" He asked them with hope in his eyes, but the monkeys only laughed and started throwing bananas at him. Bimbo was disappointed and saddened, but a spark of determination ignited in his heart. "I will find Mom, no matter what I have to go through," he thought. And so Bimbo's journey began. Around him were the sounds of the jungle, the singing of birds, the buzzing of insects, the rustling of leaves underfoot. All these sounds created a melody of nature that calmed him. Bimbo continued his journey through the lush jungle when a wise old parrot named Kriko crossed his path. The parrot was painted in bright colors, and his eyes shone with cunning and wisdom. Meeting Kriko, Bimbo hoped for help and told him about his trouble. Kriko, after listening, offered to help him. But the parrot asked for a large pink flower with nectar in return. Despite his concern and haste, Bimbo could not refuse to help, so he set out in search of the flower. It was a real test, as the jungle was full of dangers. Bimbo encountered snakes, spiders, and other animals hiding in the bushes, but he still continued his search. Eventually, he found the flower, which seemed to him the most beautiful of all he had ever seen. It was large and pink, and its aroma was so sweet that Bimbo felt hunger awakening in his belly. He picked the flower and returned to Kriko, who was eagerly waiting for him. When Bimbo handed the flower to the parrot, Kriko joyfully drank the nectar, and then suddenly flew away, leaving Bimbo in utter bewilderment. "Why did you deceive me?" thought Bimbo. Bimbo was disappointed and stunned. He thought the parrot would help him find his mom, but he just drank the nectar and flew away, without explaining where to go. At this time, the sun began to set in the east, and twilight enveloped the jungle. Bimbo felt each of his steps becoming heavier and heavier. He felt his little eyes starting to close from fatigue. Around him, it was getting darker and darker, and Bimbo felt fear. He felt his little heart pounding like a drum. He heard the sounds of nocturnal animals and felt his fur standing on end from fear. But he knew he had to keep moving forward. Finally, tired and starved, Bimbo saw a small bright point in the distance. It was the light of a fire. Bimbo headed there, hoping to find help, or at least a little food. When he approached the source of light, he saw a cheerful lone monkey named Miki sitting by the fire. Miki was a small but energetic monkey, with eyes shining with curiosity. She was adorned with flowers and bright feathers that sparkled in the fire. "Hello, little elephant. I'm Miki," she cheerfully shouted. "Do you need help?" Bimbo smiled, appreciating the warmth and friendliness of the monkey. Miki offered the elephant calf an unusual task. Around were dense green jungles filled with the rustle of leaves and the buzzing of insects. Bimbo had to traverse this network of darkness without waking the sleepy and dangerous animals. Miki, adorned with glowing fireflies, was his only source of light. Bimbo looked at the stars, which seemed to him sparkling jewels embedded in the black sky. He took a deep breath, smelling the scent of the jungle, the sweet aroma of exotic flowers and fresh rain. He felt small in this vast world, but he was determined. From time to time, he heard the distant sounds of nocturnal animals, the screeching of birds, the buzzing of beetles, and even an indistinct growl that could be a tiger or a leopard. But Bimbo continued his journey, illuminated by the soft light of fireflies swirling around Miki. Miki suddenly stopped, and Bimbo felt a chill. He saw the silhouette of a sleeping hippopotamus lying across his path. Its huge body shuddered from sleep, and its wide mouth was open, revealing 2 rows of enormous teeth. Bimbo carefully bypassed the sleeping giant, trying not to make a single extra noise. After he successfully passed the test, Miki laughed and jumped around, tossing glowing fireflies into the air. Her cheerfulness warmed Bimbo's heart, and he couldn't help but smile, momentarily forgetting his fear and fatigue. "You did it, Bimbo," she exclaimed, her eyes gleaming with delight. "Now I'll show you the way to your mother." Bimbo felt a sense of relief, knowing he was not alone in this vast, mysterious world. Afterwards, Bimbo and Miki fell asleep by the fire, warming them from the cold night. Darkness surrounded them, but they were together, and that gave them strength. As soon as the first rays of the morning sun began to break through the lush jungle foliage, Bimbo and Miki continued their journey. Large and small waterfalls fell from high cliffs, filling the air with freshness and frothy droplets. "We'll have to swim across this river," Miki said, looking at the wide, fast-flowing water. Bimbo nodded. Although he was a bit scared, he was ready to try. They found a large log fallen from a nearby tree, and they made it into a small raft. Bimbo climbed onto it, and Miki, with a nimble jump, sat next to him. They started going down the river, Miki maintaining balance, while Bimbo pushed off the bank with a long stick. It was exciting and fun at the same time. The water sparkled under the morning sun, and birds sang in the distance. But suddenly, amidst the fun, a new threat appeared. A group of aggressive crocodiles emerged from under the water, surrounding them. Bimbo froze with fear, but Miki acted quickly. She started shouting, trying to scare away the crocodiles. But the crocodiles didn't back down, and Bimbo was beginning to lose hope when suddenly Kriko appeared. The parrot, despite its small size, was full of courage. He circled above the heads of the crocodiles, distracting them. This gave Bimbo and Miki the opportunity to slip away and continue their journey down the river. When the air began to fill with the scent of fresh greens and familiar smells, Bimbo felt they were approaching home. Miki climbed to the top of a tree and saw a herd of elephants in the distance. She quickly descended and told Bimbo the good news. The little elephant was so excited he could hardly wait to meet his mother. When they approached the herd, the elephant cow, seeing Bimbo, couldn't hold back her tears. She gently embraced him with her trunk, and every time she looked at him, gratitude appeared in her eyes. All the elephants trumpeted with joy, and even the monkeys from the trees threw leaves into the air in honor of Bimbo's return. That evening, as Bimbo fell asleep next to his elephant mother, he promised himself that he would never wander far from his mother again and would always be by her side.